Hey, what's up? It's Jack, and today we're going to talk some Spelunky. Well, Spelunky 2. Spelunky 2 has already been out for about 6 months now, at least as of the time I'm recording this. And despite only being out for 6 months so far, the modding community has already gone really far. As of now, there's over 55,000 downloads across over 700 different mods. We already have the ability to manage data real-time in-game. We have multiple methods of packing in different modified assets into the game, or loading custom assets into the game. We have a full-on level editor. We already have Lua scripts, which really just adds a lot to the modding community. And it has already made it so far, and we don't even have official developer support yet. So I thought it'd be cool to go ahead and do like a top 5 or top 10 list on this. I settled on top 5, and I actually didn't even choose this list. I made a poll and put it in this really big Spelunky Discord. It was shared around, and these are the mods that people voted on, so that is what this video is being based on. So let's see what people think are the top 5 mods in the community right now. So coming in at number 5, we have Endurance, which is a mod I've been meaning to try out myself. I just haven't yet. So yeah, keep in mind, I have not tried that mod by myself yet. But by what I can understand, it's essentially a much harder version of Spelunky with reward rooms in between each level. I apologize if I'm wrong, but it has a smart reward system. It has custom levels and music and infinite pain and suffering. Coming in at number 4, we have Fingerspit, which was a really influential mod in the community. This actually came out before we had a custom level editor. So Fingerspit, the person who made this, had to use like a notepad and like text-based editing to make all these custom levels. It's essentially just a complete overhaul of Spelunky with custom levels and textures, and it's essentially like a hell mode, except it's kind of a fair hell mode. It doesn't just spawn way more enemies and calls it hard. A lot of big YouTubers in the community have tried this out, and I believe it has actually gotten like some sort of press too. It's a really big mod. Sadly, I don't know if Fingerspit still supports this mod. It hasn't been updated in a while, so I don't even know if the latest version of Spelunky supports it, but this mod definitely deserves to at the very least be acknowledged. Next up, we have Duatris, or Tetris in Spelunky, which was actually made using a Lua script. It's essentially Tetris, except you're in Dua, and instead of doing like your normal Tetris things where you're trying to get rid of the blocks and stuff, you're actually trying to make it to the top of Dua using these Tetris blocks. You have all your normal basic controls, like you can shift the blocks around, move them down faster, move them around, except there's sort of a twist. Traps and enemies can spawn on these blocks as soon as they're placed down, and it makes it a lot harder than you'd think it'd be to make it to the top of Dua, but it's a really fun mod. I've tried it out, failed horribly, but if you haven't tried it out yourself, I do recommend you try it out at least once. I believe it's actually available as one of the default scripts with Overlunky, so do keep that in mind. Next up, we have the Randomizer, which is by the same person who made Duatris. The Randomizer is essentially what the name says it is. You start off in a random zone on a random level, and every time you go to another level, you go to another random level. It's not really progressive. Like, you could literally start your run in All Mixed Layer, and then the next level you'll be in Sunken City, and it's just completely random. On top of that, when you break pots and stuff, random enemies and entities will come out of them. Everything is just completely random. You could find random shopkeepers. You could find mobs from any biome, anywhere. It's essentially just madness, and it really tests out your abilities to work with the mechanics of Spelunky. And currently, the number 1 spot, which was voted on by the modding community, is the Celeste Dash mod. This mod is pretty self-explanatory. It essentially gives you the ability to dash just like in Celeste. Don't be mad at me, but I haven't actually played Celeste yet, but I have seen a lot of gameplay, so I do know what this is and all. And there's even like Celeste % runs where you get a run as fast as you can using the Celeste mod. I believe as of the time I'm recording this, Jawn, the creator of Jawn actually holds that record, but I could be wrong. But yeah, those are the top 5 mods that the modding community itself voted on. You can find a download to each of them in the description, and I actually do have a few honorable mentions that do really deserve a spotlight. We have Snaky. I actually do have a video filmed on this. I don't know if it's going to come out before or after this video, but it's essentially like the old retro game Snake, where you have a snake that's constantly getting longer, and your objective is to essentially make it through Spelunky without going back into your path. There's a snake constantly following you and getting bigger, and if you go back in the path and touch your snake, the run ends. It's kind of weird to explain, but if you see gameplay, I think you'll understand. We have Paco El Spelunko, which is actually a character made by Blarg, kind of a remaster of his previous character from Spelunky HD, but you know, he's there. It's a high quality character and definitely does deserve to be mentioned. I didn't actually give people the ability to vote on this character just because I felt like it might have been too biased, just because Blargo is a big name and he is very likely to get a lot of votes. But I did keep him in as an honorable mention because I do think his mod has a lot of quality. We have Super Lunky Warrior, which is a Spelunky 2 Kaizo, which essentially generates levels out of like a bunch of miniature puzzles and stuff. And you really got to be familiar with a lot of advanced mechanics in the game to be able to get through this, but it's a lot of fun. I tried it, completely failed, but it's a really good Kaizo mod. And for the last honorable mention, we do have the characters and creations of Bird Guy. He actually makes a lot of like high quality like texture mods. I believe Bird Guy draws them. I could be wrong, but it does look like they're actual unique creations, and I do think they deserve more spotlight than they typically get. But yeah, that's our current top mods of the community. There is a lot more high quality mods that I haven't mentioned, and there's a lot that I haven't even yet to play, but a lot of these were voted on. And honestly, this isn't to say that there isn't other mods out there that aren't deserving of the same recognition. It's just there's so many mods out right now that it'd be impossible to give each of them the recognition they deserve. So if you have a mod and it's of high quality and it didn't make it into this video, I do apologize. It doesn't mean it's not a high quality mod. Keep doing what you do, and I do plan to make more of these videos, so if you keep making mods, chances are a few of them might end up in one of these videos. Anyways though, it's been your boy Jack, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.